Welcome to Kayfabe Breaks Raw Roundtable for Monday Night Raw, April 11th, 2016. I'm James Legault.
I'm Chase Thompson.
Chad Holmes.
And let's get this started. Another week with Shane O'Mac.
You know, you'd think that he won the Hell in a Cell match.
I know. You think it was some sort of resolution to the whole situation.
But due to overwhelming social media support, which I enjoyed, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun reason to do it. Overwhelming social media support, Shane O'Mac was in charge of Raw again. And I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah.
It
was good.
Even if they were using Shane as an excuse to book crazy matches, I'm okay with it.
Those crazy matches are good.
I'm enjoying these matches.
And see, honestly, like, it fits because Shane's whole thing when he came in, he was like, you're doing it wrong, it's not good, you're not doing good. I want to come in here and change it up. And so with Shane's second week in charge, they booked a lot of matches that people just wanted to see. Like, that really wanted to happen, and they did, and they were fun. Like, it was a super fun Raw, I thought. A lot of fun matches.
Vince is like, you're going to fail, and Twitter's like, nope.
Now, a side effect is it's not going to make everybody happy, and Kevin Owens isn't happy.
No.
Kevin Owens is never happy.
He's always
Owens is
salty,
never happy.
and that's why I love him so much.
Oh, Kevin Owens is the best.
He increases my sodium intake tenfold.
What's his excuse for this time? He didn't lose the title.
No, he was just mad, and he's just mad that he didn't have one, and he wanted one, damn it.
Yeah, no, he was upset. He was upset because he didn't get pinned.
You're right. And
He didn't get pinned.
He didn't lose his Intercontinental title. He wasn't beat for it, and he wasn't beaten a Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, and so he's a fighter. He's always ready to fight. I love his shtick. I love his give me a fight, I'll fight as long as there's a title on the line. I want it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing that could have happened to Kevin Owens is Shane took over. Is Shane came into power because, like, I like Kevin Owens. He's a lot of fun, but he was this angsty, mad guy, like, mad at the system when the system was the authority who totally would have supported somebody like Kevin Owens. Like, he's an asshole, he does what he wants, they let him do what he wanted. Like, he didn't have anybody to fight. Now Shane's like being the good guy and is like, okay, win your shit and you get to go do whatever, and Kevin Owens doesn't win. So he's got somebody to fight with, and I like that. He's got somebody to grump against because Shane's going to be, like, Shane is finally running the thing like a boss would, and I like that. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, granted, his match of the night was Cesaro, and I'm not, I'm still not sold on Cesaro. I mean, I've seen some video clips of him on the internet at, like, indie matches and stuff where he's a lot of fun, but the WWE version of Cesaro, I'm still just not sold on. And it feels like they're trying to make him into this superpower again.
He's very repetitive.
Yeah, because he's been injured pretty much this whole time I've been watching wrestling with you guys.
Right.
So,
And he's already boring to you.
Yeah.
That's probably a bad
granted,
sign.
I did go back and, like, educate myself on some of these wrestlers with you, watching some old matches, and man, what was that? Was that that cage match with Luke Harper?
Oh, Brody Lee when he was Claudio whatever Castagnoli or Lasagna or whatever. He was real Italian.
That was a fun match.
That was really fun. That cage was janky as all get out, but it was a really fun match.
And I think the problem comes back to in the WWE universe, they're told to hit their spots and sell. They're branding themselves. Each wrestler is branding themselves. My name is Cesaro, and I am known for uppercuts and spins and just being really strong.
I hate the swing so
and
much.
I feel like at this point, he's obligated to keep putting that out there so that people recognize it as his move. It's no different than a finisher,
As a whole, I would kind of say that, like, you're onto something in that a lot of the wrestlers or the superstars are getting really repetitive because they're trying to form that brand. Like, WWE is really big on brand loyalty right now. Mm-hmm. And I think that comes with the appeal to kids. There's a youth movement and that kind of thing. And, like, that repetitiveness, being familiar. We talked about the 5 Moves of Doom. When Cena does it, it's coming, and they get excited because they know the AA is coming. And there's a series of repetition that
Right.
gets a little old, I think, if you're like watching it to stay excited and something new. There is no halt to that, but I get that.
But as a wrestler, and because these guys are contract laborers, you know, they every time they go out and they put on a match, they are building a resume. And so it's almost like Cesaro can, on his resume, he's like, you know, I held this belt, you know, I played to this crowd. I can guarantee you 17 uppercuts every match, and I can sell them. You know, it's this match made me really mad, and I brought it up when I was watching. I was like, I literally like halfway through the match, I was like, man, Cesaro is not selling anything that is not an attack on his shoulder. He's really selling that injured shoulder, but he was not selling anything else Kevin Owens did to him.
You weren't wrong. I remember when we were watching it, I was like, wow, he's just standing there. He's not taking anything.
And see, like, what you mentioned earlier about, you know, being repetitive, building your brand or whatever, that's another reason why I like Kevin Owens so much, because he has his signature moves, but he'll just do other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, all the time.
Honestly, it's great. We've talked about this. If the WWE would give Kevin Owens more freedom, if they would trust him with the safety of other wrestlers, he has an amazing moveset.
Oh, yeah.
And this, all that kind of brings together another point. You mentioned that they're contract laborers. And as part of that, it's pretty well known that the insurance policy and the health and wellness thing is pretty bad in wrestling. Do we think it's the building the brand, or are the superstars scared to try new things because they're scared to get hurt?
They are entertainers. I mean, every shoot interview I've seen, most of these wrestlers are there for the fans to put on a show.
For sure.
And you know they want to do crazy stuff, but that's something that a lot of these newer talent, they're older guys.
Yeah,
They've been going around for a decade, so maybe they're just past that point where they feel like they need to impress people because they know what they do is impressive. They're like, I don't need to do a double 360, 540 backflip, red arrow off of a cage to kill somebody because I'm already really awesome at what I do.
Right.
And I accept that. It's just some movesets. I guess it's just one of those things that you're just going to have to agree to disagree with certain fans. Like, you know, I don't like the Superman punch by Roman Reigns. You've discussed how you like it. And it's grown on me a little bit. Roman Reigns hasn't, but the punch has.
The punch itself.
And I don't know. I just think Cesaro coming back was a prime opportunity. He's taken last week. He's taken this week to remind everybody what he is. Throw in a new move. Throw in a new signature move. Throw in a new... You know, obviously the Gotch Neutralizer is a great move.
It is a great move.
But throw in something else.
And like watching that guy do power slams is so cool. Like he's big, he's hulking, he's super attractive, ripping that suit off. Like that's great.
I was mentioning why haven't we seen one of those suplexes like over on the apron, like over the turnbuckle? That thing is always a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done it yet.
He's come back and it's just been the
It's not a particularly unsafe move. Is it because of the shoulder injury?
I wonder if he's not as healthy as we think, if he's not 100%, because you know he's got the tape and stuff, which could just be just a minor precaution thing. Maybe he's not super healthy, so he's keeping it safe.
They might have just brought him back because WrestleMania's done and they needed to.
Right.
Obviously, people like wrestlers themselves have talked about how the wellness program, it's not you're safe, you get to go back and wrestle. They have to okay you.
Right.
Maybe they okayed him. Like Cena was at WrestleMania. He's not 100%. You know, so maybe that's where we're at with Cesaro, where he's out there, he's given what he has, but he's not quite there.
Did Cena even do an AA at WrestleMania? I can't remember.
I think he
was in there. He didn't do much.
He did. I think he did the 5-knuckle shuffle.
Okay. So, you know, he could have been that just, you know, it's WrestleMania, they need Cena.
They needed him there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so the Cesaro Owens fight was fun. The Gotch Neutralizer is a fun move. It's a fun move because it looks brutal. It's very simple, but it looks brutal. It's just
face and just
go after yourself, you know. And I enjoyed that fight. I enjoyed Kevin Owens in general. I think Kevin Owens really sells getting hit. Not in a Ziggler sort of way, but just I love Ziggler.
Nobody sells like Ziggler.
But he sells the hits in such a way to where it's you feel like it's a guy giving it his all when he's out there. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy it. And I enjoy his new, like, I'm the headlock master thing that he's been shouting lately. And I'd love to see a feud, like a legit feud between him and Michael Cole, you know, but...
Oh, God, let's let Cole wrestle again.
Please.
One more time. Get the headset. Oh, God. It was
I would love to see him get destroyed by KO.
But we talked about it last week, and now we finally get to deal with it. Dr. Phil is in the house.
I loved this segment because usually when they have celebrities on, the celebrities are just like, oh, hey, I'm here, what's up? This time, he actually had a purpose. He went behind, he psychoanalyzed Charlotte and Ric Flair. He, told Charlotte that she needs to step out of Ric Flair's footsteps. Or Ric Flair's shadow. Stop following in his footsteps, I should say. And it was really good. It really added to it. It kind of gives you that sense of maybe something's going to happen there.
Yeah.
And then he commented on the match kind of in the same way and reinforced it, and it was really good.
You know what confused me about that entire, he wasn't the guest host. You're just kind of hanging out, and he just waddles up to Charlotte and Ric Flair in the back and just kind of starts going off on Charlotte, and they just seem weirdly cool with it.
Yeah, because Charlotte started off by pretty much telling her father, hey, nobody here deserves this title. There's no challengers worthy of my time. And Dr. Phil came out, and what did he do? He pretty much told her everything we talked about last week.
Yeah.
That she needs to get out of her father's shadow. If I didn't know better, I would say the IWC is booking these shows.
Yeah.
Now that Shane McMahon is back.
That, tonight, at least, or this one, yeah, for sure. It seemed like there were a lot of things that people have been calling for that we personally, wanted to see that just sort of happened. It was great.
I feel like almost creatives hey, they're bitching and moaning. Let's give them what they want. And they're hoping it will crash and burn, but it's not. It's really fun. Yeah, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I don't really like Dr. Phil, but it was funny as hell.
The only thing I wanted from Dr. Phil that I didn't get is for him to stop Ric Flair interfering in the match. I think that would have been great. Yeah. That would have made me mark out so hard. And be oh!
If he would have ringside announced at least,
been
psychologically, this is why Charlotte does this move. And something that would have been hilarious.
That would have been funny. They had him with the announcers, didn't show him, and didn't have him say anything.
Showed him a little bit.
No, here's the deal. They didn't even give him a microphone.
No.
Brian Saxton held the microphone up to him. And I was like, do they not trust what this guy is going to say right now?
Is Dr. Phil just going to shoot on
Is
everybody?
he a loose cannon? Because I just don't understand what they expected him to do.
From now on, I like to believe, yes, Dr. Phil is the loose cannon the WWE is terrified of. Book it.
Maybe they thought he was just going to say some ridiculous analogy well, you can't shove a whole bunch of chicken nuggets in a box full of mayonnaise.
But talking...
what? Is that...
We have JBL for this. We don't
the chicken nuggets, Charlotte. I don't know what's going on here. Why is there a box of mayonnaise?
As far as the match went, that was a good match. I'm enjoying the feud between Charlotte and Natalya.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
However, we're dangerously close to skipping the most important fact of the night, and that was that Dr. Phil interrupted Ric Flair to woo in Ric Flair's face.
No, okay.
It's good.
Not only did he interrupt him, it's what do they say? How do you scare off mountain lions or whatever? You try to seem bigger. He literally was like, woo! And it was an owl. It was like, woo!
It was amazing.
He was Doctor Who.
Get out.
Yeah, you're done.
And this has been Kayfabe Break. We're done.
We're done. The channel's over. Sorry, guys.
But yeah, no, that was a really fun segment.
That was super fun.
The match was really fun. I really I saw where they were coming from when they started this angle for this feud. I'm liking it more now that it's going. Natalya's outfit weirds me out because I keep feeling like I should see nudity even though there's none there.
I'm so into it.
I know. Oh no, it's beautiful. You women are beautiful.
She's so pretty.
But yeah, it was an interesting match, and the sharpshooter is always great to see. And there's always a huge pop when she goes for it. I hope they don't overdo it.
Oh yeah,
but
I enjoy it. I enjoy that being a finisher. I like that they're giving all the women a submission finisher, in one way or another. And for Natty, it makes a lot of sense. It's a sharpshooter, being a member of the Hart family and everything.
And it's a lot less racist than Charlotte's.
Right, it's not the final solution. Natural selection. I will get it 1 week.
It might as well be named that. But let's be honest.
Blue-eyed, blonde hair, natural selection.
Oh,
God.
But that brings us to a backstage segment with Owens and Shane O'Mac, where Owens is straight up saying, "Hey, once again, I've been robbed. Sami Zayn's your darling. I'm going to hurt him." And Shane O'Mac did what I thought he was going to do. He's like, "You're gone. I'm kicking you out of the building." What blew my mind is later on we see him escorted out, and he never comes back. As a guy who watched wrestling when I was younger, that's not something that happened.
Yeah.
There's a period of time where I haven't watched, but this was the continuity of it, the fact that it was a real thing. made it. I think that did more to fuel the Sami Zayn Kevin Owens feud than if he would have come back out and done a run in and like tried to beat up.
Because
Sami
when
Zayn.
you think about people getting kicked out, you think about Stone Cold coming back, like hijacking the ambulance. You think of Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper continuing their match later.
Right.
But yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah.
And it did this week what made me so mad last week. Last week, Shane was in charge. Shane's running the show, and he had zero effect. We didn't see him. We saw him shake Apollo Crews' hand. Michael Cole had a one-off that he put a match together. Other than that, we didn't see him at all. This week, he's in charge. He kicked somebody out, and they were gone.
He was everywhere.
He was the boss.
Yeah, he's straight up. He's
affected the night.
He's walking out and booking shows.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, hey, we're going to have this match. We're going to have this match. You want this match? You've got this match.
Right. He's making it happen. And if people come out and they complain, he makes them earn it. Like,
Can we just go back to the brand split? That just sounds so exciting to me. Can we just do that? Can we?
Please.
And like, I don't think we mentioned, but like Shane's effect on the Raw was substantial because Kevin Owens came out demanding his rematch for the IC title, and this match against Cesaro that we kind of glossed over a little bit was for that rematch, was for that title shot. So like he took Kevin Owens' title shot away from him essentially by making the match and Kevin Owens losing it, which I thought is a great way to cement, hey, this is a guy that's in charge, even a guy who's only in charge for the night.
And we've talked about this. I'm enjoying having an owner, manager, whatever, who's a face. I'm enjoying it.
It's been a while.
I'm enjoying the heel heat going towards the wrestlers as opposed to, hey, I'm going to walk out and fuck your world up.
Yeah.
You know, like I like this. This is kind of fun.
I love the Authority. I still like the Authority, but man, it was a lot of the Authority.
Yeah. It's been a thing for a long time.
This has been a fun little vacation. As long as we get Shane, I'm excited to have Shane because it's been real fun. And if they did a brand split, if we got to that brand split, that would be great. Just the whole, we could have one show that's just asshole run.
Because I'm having the problem is I am. You guys have converted me. I'm a wrestling fan again. I've missed it, whatever. But I don't have time to keep up with SmackDown. In fact, I don't even have regular television. I come over to your guys' house to watch Raw, and SmackDown stories continue without me knowing, and I'm oblivious to him. Right. Zack Ryder's rematch against The Miz, oblivious to it. You know, did he win?
You missed a whole lot.
Because...
Fuck you, Miz.
But yeah, no, it's almost like I'm not going to say they're throwaway matches, because when I grew up, I watched SmackDown. I didn't watch Raw.
I didn't. I was a Raw kid.
Yeah, I watched SmackDown because it was on like Saturdays, I think, during the day. And
I didn't have USA, so.
Yeah, I think it was on like regular television because I didn't have cable. But yeah, so I get SmackDown's a really fun thing. It's a show, it's a thing, it's real. It's something we should watch anyways if we enjoy wrestling. I can't. So for them to be continuing Raw stories, which Raw is their big show.
Their flagship show, yeah.
I almost feel ripped off. You know, it's like watching your favorite show every week and then it's just you're missing stuff somehow and you're like, what am I missing?
I feel like SmackDown doesn't contribute that much though.
Yeah, but they have rematches. They have. I mean, if that's the fact, stop giving. Yeah, stop
right
giving
now
title matches. Yeah, stop giving title matches.
Also, quit putting title matches on the pre-show.
Great.
U.S. title matters too.
Hashtag all titles matter.
Yeah, make them. I mean, we talked about this. They need to
make the titles great again.
They need to make each title strong.
Build a wall.
Well,
Too far.
Build a wall around Callisto. Let's go.
Wow.
Man,
he'll build it.
That's gonna get edited out.
He'll pay for it.
Probably not. I'm too lazy to edit this. But yeah, no, like Cena, as much as people gave Cena grief, he did a lot for that U.S. title. And it's almost like it's out the window. Do you think he's holding it for Cena to come back and take it? Because I would like to see Cena go off and do something else when he comes back.
I mean, it's weird though. Like Cena did, he really made the U.S. title feel cool again. Like the Open Challenge was super fun, and I loved it. If it would have changed hands on a Raw, that would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But like, it was still a super fun thing. And then it went to Del Rio, and then it went to Callisto, and
he still hasn't.
Nobody cared.
I am waiting for John Cena to come back and then him to win it, like the first night he's back on Raw, and then JBL's lineup. He came back, and on his first night he slayed a dragon.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like they're doing this Kalisto Ryback feud, and it's like in the background, and nobody even.
Is it over? I assume it's over. Like I don't care.
Yeah. So.
Just gotta have Kalisto come out and kick somebody in the nuts so everybody knows.
You're a Ryback fan and you don't care. Are you still?
I still like Ryback.
I like Ryback, and like he was the first shirt I bought like when I started buying wrestling clothes again and stuff, and like I like Ryback, but man, he's painful to listen to, and he's kind of boring to watch. He is a giant baby, and that's a lot of fun, but God, man, Ryback's so.
Yeah, and that brings us to talking about. Woo! So,
which is a great lead-in into our next point.
New Day comes out. New Day, full face mode. Full face mode.
Absolutely faces.
No heels whatsoever.
No.
And
they're gonna win this. They're gonna win. They're not gonna lose their titles no matter who steps in their way because there's a tag team tournament.
Yeah, and which is brilliant, which we should probably talk about when Shane came back and was talking about matches. He set up a tag team match tournament for the number one contender for the tag team championship.
Sponsored by Bootios.
Sponsored by Bootios. 100% fiber.
Because it's a shirt.
Hey, Big E made that tweet that there's talks. If we want real cereal in it, we could do it.
I'm gonna eat so much of that if it becomes a thing.
But this is amazing. Like this tournament is a great idea
fun.
because we've been talking about this. The tag team league, whatever, was super stagnant, and now
they got fresh faces.
We're in Zone Cast, the Vaudevillains. They're bringing people up.
And I'm just jumping back to the previous point. They're bringing so many people up. That kind of teases that maybe they're loading the roster for that brand split that we want to happen and probably isn't going to happen.
And also, it comes back to
always the optimist chase.
It comes back to what we talked about last week. No, like what we talked about last week. Who are they bringing these people up purely so we have fresh faces to move belts around? Because they're getting tired of handing the same belts around. I wouldn't be upset to feel the power of the 3-time world champs. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing New Day lose it and get it back. I mean, I want them to be the champs forever.
Oh, yeah.
I would say right now they're strong enough that if they didn't have the belts, they could still carry it.
Yeah, if they lost their belts in a dirty, dirty way, that would be fucking great. That'd be great. It would go over great. People would love it.
But yeah, this New Day comes out and they cut an amazing promo, a very facey promo about how, one, they don't have to worry about this tournament because they know there's nobody in the roster that can beat them, but that they're excited for fresh blood and they want to see a number one contender. And so unicorns shoot across the screen as we see the field for the number one contender tag team tournament. There's 8 teams, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like to edit this video that much. I'll post up a picture of the tournament bracket so people can see it.
Right.
But yeah, and it's got some teams I just kind of forgot existed. Which like the Lucha Dragons because they haven't been tagging all that much lately.
And I'm excited for it because, there are some jobber teams in it and stuff. The first round, it's pretty easy to tell how it's going to shake up.
Yeah.
But there are 4 teams that I could legitimately see winning this thing depending on the direction they want to go. We've got the Usos. We've got the Dudleys. We've got the Enzo and Cass, and then the Vaudevillains.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, of course, they're brand new, so I don't know how far they're going to go. And this is going to prove, I guess. I bitched and complained about it. I said they're bringing Enzo and Cass up to feed to the Dudleys, and if things work out like they should, they'll meet in the second round. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, because the first match is the Dudleys versus the Lucha Dragons, and it was a match.
Yeah,
it happened.
It was a match.
Kalisto got injured, right?
Kalisto got.
Was it Kalisto or Sin Cara? Michael Cole can't tell the difference.
Yeah, Michael Cole called it wrong.
Just straight called it wrong in the middle of the match.
Because I was like, man, it seems like the Lucha Dragons are going to lose. Who's going to take the pin? Because one is the U.S. title holder.
Right.
Yeah.
And so he face planted on the ground outside, and medics were looking at him. And while that happened, Sin Cara took a 3D.
Right.
And
Sin Cara hit with 3D.
Rip Sin Cara.
Got pinned, but according to Michael Cole, Kalisto got hit with a 3D.
Right. Yeah, Michael Cole wasn't sure what was going on.
At this point, I feel like it has to be a running joke for him. Like, he has to know what he's doing, and he has to be doing it to get just some sort of goofy heat
Either that or Michael Cole pays as much attention to the Lucha Dragons as I do.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say he's got to be wrong about the Usos as well most of the time. But the thing is, I don't know because I can't tell them apart either.
But we have a valid excuse.
They're twins.
Yeah. They're twins.
If
he's always right about them and not the Lucha Dragons, what the hell, Michael
I'm
Cole?
not even sure both of the Lucha Dragons are Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold.
I bet the Usos come out and they change their paint up so much just so they can just switch names too whenever they come out.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be Jay now. Like it's quirky. It's cute. They're cute.
But the match ends, and then our favorite smack talker Skywalker or whatever comes out. Enzo and Cass.
Trash
How you
talker
doing?
Skywalker.
Yeah.
How you doing?
And again, this feud between them and the Dudleys is beautiful because it's two tag teams that are just great at trash talking.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. Like they come out and Enzo comes sprinting out and is bouncing all over and just has to turn it down to 11.
And those pops they're getting from the crowd. We were so worried when we thought that they were coming up to they were doing house shows and stuff. We were so worried that they weren't going to go over. Those pops they are getting, the fact that the whole crowd's chanting with them. The Enzo Amore, all that is amazing.
They're super, the crowd loves them. I love them. It's great. So Enzo comes out and he says some crazy, he's rolling. You
Enzo
can't even
stuff.
keep up.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Enzo stuff. Big Cass takes the mic and it's
Intentionally awful.
Big Cass is the most lovable, lunkhead jock, angry person I've ever seen. And they go off and Big Cass is talking about construction work.
Wearing your hard hat.
Right. He's doing work and hitting the road. He's doing something. And then Bubba Ray Dudley takes the mic and just responds, "Why are you here?" And it's a great dynamic. You've got these two that are just bouncing off each other and being 100% energy, and then Bubba Ray hey, shut up.
Yeah. You exist because we blazed the trail for you. To which Enzo responds, "I exist because my parents got it on. How you doing?" That's so beautiful.
Enzo's talking about his mom and dad banging, and it's great. And Bubba Ray's just getting pissed. It's so fun.
But I want them to be around forever.
And I think the reason they put that at that point in the card is because we follow it up with our favorite promo cutter, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns comes out next.
Ooh,
okay.
He cuts a promo I've never heard before.
Yeah,
what was it?
It was super fresh.
So,
I had never
last week,
heard that promo before. Not once ever.
Last week,
Certainly not
everybody was all excited because Roman Reigns came out and people were super excited about it. He had his little De Niro stare going on and he cut this real hard-edged promo where he said, "I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy."
Yeah.
And the crowd was like, "Oh, he's being snarky. Holy shit.
Oh my
what's
God.
This? Whoa, it's crazy.
This is something brand new that didn't happen last week."
Which I said, as we sat on the couch, get ready for this literally every week.
Yeah.
Because that's all he can do.
And it's looking like he delivers those lines great, but I'm already tired of them.
But they're not great lines.
I think he does a great job delivering those lines, and I think he's got the look for when he delivers those lines because it's that smug attitude.
The lines are dumb and he looks dumb.
Chase is hated from the Chase. You've disliked Roman Reigns because you're getting beat up. Why are you sitting there with this snarky ass look on your face, like you're enjoying yourself? Now he's doing it and it makes sense. It works with what the lines are giving him. So it's I feel like they changed his characters to accommodate him.
It's working with the line they gave him.
Yes.
Let's not give him too much credit. I still hate Roman Reigns. Wrestling was way better today. I still hate Roman Reigns. So he comes out and says the exact same line again.
And again gets interrupted by people who can actually speak.
Yeah.
Same thing. Exact same thing.
League of Nations.
Yes.
League of Nations are out. And here's the deal. Sheamus has the mic. Sheamus is cutting a nice promo. Sheamus is trash talking. And their whole conversation, which League of Nations really hasn't been viable that much. They tried to make him a big deal. They've tried to make him a threat. Well, Sheamus just comes out and reminds Roman Reigns, hey, each one of us is a champ. Mm-hmm. We are individually a champs. And each one of us could individually kick your ass, Roman Reigns. Each one of us.
Especially Rusev.
Especially Rusev, which... lately. That's all I want to see kick Roman Reigns.
God,
Yeah.
I would love to see.
love Rusev
I would love
so
to
much.
see Beastly Rusev come back.
Remember how excited I was when Rusev was number 2 in the Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's fuck
So-
this shit up.
So things escalate, and they jump in there only to have Roman Reigns be saved by the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family gets in there and saves Roman Reigns.
Which was weird, but like
Yeah.
it pushed the League of Nations Wyatt feud a little bit, and like I was like, okay, because the Wyatt just pick on people. That's what they do.
Yeah.
I love Bray Wyatt so
And
much.
so Shane comes out and he's like, you know what? It'd be fun. It'd be fun. F it. We're going to do a tag match. Roman Reigns, you're tagging with Bray Wyatt.
Which I thought was super fun. I was like, this is a fun idea. I like it a lot.
I think they played it out really well.
They used to make people who butted heads with each other tag all the time in the Attitude Era.
Can we talk about how the League of Nations tag team partners were everybody but Rusev, who was supposed to be the one to take on Roman Reigns? Which, if they did that on purpose to allow Rusev to remain strong as a contender, that's fine.
Yeah.
But it just seemed kind of odd because their promo was entirely pretty much Rusev really wants to fight you. He's really tough.
Right.
He wants to
Like,
fight
he's,
you.
he's angry. He's good to go. He's
we
gonna
sent
kick
Chase
your
after
ass.
people because he's the toughest out of all of us.
Right.
And then they didn't put him in the match. And it was really interesting. But the fact that match got set up at all was really cool.
It's like giving Chase tequila and then telling him to sit down.
He's got a good point. He's got a good
Okay,
point.
a
doesn't
couple
happen.
times.
I'm just
I
saying
got
you're
a
an
little flagged down
active
tequila.
person.
If you guys ever want to practice your chops, this guy likes to let you slap him when he's drunk.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What you got, Internet?
I wasn't. See, you were the one that said you were an asshole. I just said you were active.
Yeah, I think
That's all on you.
I think little dogs are active assholes as well.
Tequila caused me to lose my first ever tables match
To me.
as I got tackled through a beer pong table because I was an asshole. Hi, Mom.
How you doing?
How you doing?
So that match is that's set up
Not
for
know
the
we were
main
going to
event.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Not me neither.
Sorry.
That match is set up for the main event. And how you doing? That's set up for the main event, but now we have the Charlotte Natalia match. We already talked about that. Yeah, we covered that when we talked about Dr. Phil being on the side. And then, so after that, we have Sami Zayn cutting a promo that I just think it encapsulates Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn cuts a promo and he essentially tells her, he's like, what's her name? Renee Young? Renee Young. He tells her, he's like, I may not be the strongest or whatever, but he's got the heart and the soul of a champion, which encapsulates why everybody loves Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn literally is the underdog from the underground. They have played him up so well as the guy who is gonna keep coming back. It's more pure than Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose does it because he's a fucking psycho. Sami Zayn does it because he's got the heart and soul of a champion and he wants to be a champion and he doesn't want to let his fans down.
And I like that we can have both of those.
Yes.
I like that there's that firm division that, like, you understand Dean Ambrose is the guy who just gets up because he won't stay down. Like, that's why. He won't die. He can't. And Sami Zayn gets up because he knows people want him to. Mm-hmm. And that's a fun division. It's a fun split, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be a fan of Sami Zayn. I mean, he's just a lot. And I was really worried, but I think they're actually treating him well. I think WWE's booking him well. I think he didn't hit that match at that match at Roadblock where nobody was excited. With Stardust, where everybody was really quiet.
Yeah.
Now he comes out and the whole crowd's singing his song. And it gives me goosebumps. It gives me goosebumps now to think about it because it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see a wrestler that you just love just go so over. Yeah. Then everybody has their
I feel
back.
like this is the kind of underdog that they want John Cena to be, but he's just not because he's John Cena.
Yeah.
And I think with John Cena, they've kind of understood the point that he'll never be that. And
John Cena's accepted. Although
John Cena has accepted
that Hall of Fame. When he came out to induct Snoop Dogg in the Hall of Fame, and it was nothing but booze, and he literally was sitting there like, "Is this the time and place for that?" Like that was weird. I stopped it, walked away, and came back because I felt awkward.
And see, the Hall of Fame, the boos were totally uncool. Like I didn't like that at all. But other than that, let's talk about John Cena for a second. I think it was kind of funny. But
well, he definitely played it well.
Yeah,
like after he sort of like resettled into his John Cena self, he played it well.
Let's talk about that for a second. Is is the John Cena hate, is it Kurt Angle at this point? Is it like, because it was the you suck thing, but it was totally a respect deal.
Yeah.
Because everybody loved Angle. Even after he turned face, they kept the you suck chant up. Just because Kurt Angle was a staple.
I don't think John Cena did anything to draw the hate. I think he was booked in a way that forced the hate on him.
I do too, and I think he managed to go ahead and take that, but still found a way to kind of be lovable and endearing enough that, like, we do the John Cena sucks chant when we're at Battleground.
It's
you and
fun.
I screamed it.
You get caught up in it.
Yeah, like I lost my voice screaming the John Cena sucks. But like I enjoy the guy being around. Like he's Captain Charisma. Like he is.
And that's the thing is, I think deep down, like we talked about this about WrestleMania, deep down it's like Roman Reigns has to know that people hate him. Deep down, John Cena has to know that the fans love him.
Yeah. I really think that deep down people do. Like they get annoyed. They're like, oh, he always wins, whatever. But I've missed him.
He's going in the Hall of Fame. He's going in the Hall of Fame. He's earned it. Yeah. And I think he's put the time and effort in, and he's deserved this break that he had from hurting himself. And
I'm still going to boo him whenever he wrestles. But
we did. Now, in our defense, when we saw him at Battleground, Chad straight up said, he's like, okay, because this was my first official event. Chad was like, okay, here's the deal. People are going to be like, what was it? Fight Owens Fight.
Let's go Cena. Cena sucks.
Yeah, let's go Cena. Yeah. Cena sucks. And Chad was like, no. We're going to start a Fight Owens Fight chant. And we did. At Battleground, it was,
let's go
Cena, Fight Owens Fight. And in our section, at least, we were drowning out the John Cena sucks part.
Yeah.
Right.
Because when, people are aware, but when John Cena gets his let's go Cena sucks, it completely negates his opponent.
Yeah.
Like, nobody's talking about his opponent. And that's not fair, especially to a performer like Kevin Owens.
And it brings me back to the speech that Kevin Owens gave when he left NXT. The speech that he gave to the not development center. What is it? The
Full Sail.
Full Sail. That he gave the Full Sail. Well, where he pretty much chewed him out, and he was like, "Listen, you guys are the worst fans ever because if you don't get exactly what you want, you boo it."
Yeah.
And the point he made was poignant. Granted, he was a heel at the time, and he was giving a heel speech, but the point was very poignant that wrestling fans are the worst.
Oh yeah,
we are the worst.
We suck.
And I, even doing this roundtable, we've discussed like, hey, do we really want to trash talk wrestlers? And that's why we make a point that everybody knows. We respect every single one of them as an athlete. Shut up.
We're mainly talking about the booking.
Yeah, we are mostly complaining about the booking. And acting skill is a part because you are a sports entertainer.
Yeah.
We say we respect them all as an athlete, but like, Bo Dallas has kind of got them.
What? That guy.
Bo Dallas is still. I love Bo Dallas. I'm just kidding. Bo, you're great. He has little tiny whiteys and his belly hangs over it, and it's just my favorite thing. Next up in your Bootio's #1 contender tag team tournament.
That is a mouthful.
Let's try that again. Yeah. Let's try it again.
I can't say it. No, we'll never get it right.
Bootio's?
Or on your #1 contenders tag team. Damn it. What?
Bootio's tag. The tournament thing.
The WWE Tag Team #1 Contenders Tournament sponsored by Bootio.
Sure. Nailed it.
Why not?
Got it.
Print it.
Just then make sure you ain't Booty. Big E. Let's talk. Sponsorship.
So it was the Usos versus Curtis Axel and Heath Slater. The Axeman and Red Dragon?
Heath Slater, is he the Red Dragon or
something?
Yeah,
Scarlet
Dragon, Red Dragon. He's something Dragon, Red Dragon, I think.
Heathy Baby.
Oh, Heathy Baby.
So it was it was a match. That's the vibe I've been getting from this tag team. It was a match.
We did get the bow train, the victory lap in.
Yeah, the Usos won with a duo super kick, which
super kick and the diving, whatever the thing they do is.
But more importantly, Anderson and Gallows attack him
Whoa!
from behind.
Shit.
Bullet Club is here, or whatever we can call it in the WWE.
Balor Club.
Bullet Club is here. I do like the idea of somebody on the internet was saying just call them Bulletproof. I do like that.
That was kind of fun.
That was a fun one. But yeah, they are here. And man, I know you weren't impressed, but I think that, okay, so let's take it back. Enzo and Cass, rocket launcher. It's Enzo jumping, Cass just pretending like he's slamming him down.
Right.
Which Cass, if he gets his hands on him, it looks really great. Magic Killer. Anderson and Gallows, the Magic Killer. I think it looks great. One person's doing all the work.
Yeah.
They're the head's here, legs are on the other guy's shoulder, and they like flip them or whatever.
Right.
I think it looks brutal.
I mean, I think it looks cool from one person.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. One guy's just kind of like.
I think it adds to it. I think it's as far as like a tag, signature, finisher.
It
Whatever.
has a cool name.
Yeah.
Like, really cool.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. It's going to grow
it's
on me.
alright,
Every
yeah.
part of wrestling grows on me, and that will too. Like,
I'm excited to see where
used to hate
these
the
two are
beginning.
going to go. I think I didn't realize how fucking big he was.
Oh my God,
He is
massive.
a beast.
Gallows, he's
Yeah.
so huge.
Jesus.
I'm excited to see where they take him. What are they going to do with AJ Styles? Because AJ Styles was part of the Bullet Club. He took over Prince Devitt's spot, Finn Balor. So I'm really excited to see where that's going to go.
Oh yeah.
But it brings us to your favorite wrestler, The Miz.
Fuck the Miz.
So we got the Miz.
We have The Miz with his domestic water.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Maurice was. But now that she's back, these Miz scenes are so fucking hilarious.
I vowed that if he took the title off him, I would hate the Miz, that I was done with him, because he was like my favorite wrestler. I enjoyed the shit out of him. I loved watching him. I loved hearing him. I thought he was great on the mic. He did what he had to put other people over in the ring. Like, he's not the best in-ring worker, but he's super fun. But then after he took the title off Ryder, I was like, I'm done, I'm out. I'm not a Miz fan anymore. I'm done with my shirt, I'm out.
See you next row.
Pretty much. And then he and Maurice strike gold. This was an amazingly hilarious asshole promo where, like, Maurice is screaming at people that the Miz doesn't have, the Miz refuses to drink domestic water. He drinks from, like, an Evian water bottle and throws it up all over the carpet. Like,
he makes the claims that he is the Swiss Superman's kryptonite, which I think is fun.
Yeah.
It's an obvious go-to, but it's a fun one.
He got picky about his M&Ms.
Yeah.
it was just, he's being a diva, and it's so great.
And it's great because Cesaro...
Total diva.
Now, let's talk Cesaro. Is Cesaro now in the Secret Service? Like, not only was Cesaro in his suit, but he had an earpiece on. Like, is he in the Secret Service now? Like, what is happening?
If you've noticed on his entrance, he has like the 007 like in the.
Oh, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah,
That's
like
the
the
thing
little
now.
circle that comes out, and he's just like they didn't. Yeah, they don't do the best camera work with it so far, but it's there. It exists.
We're going to have an entire Raw rant about camera work.
Oh
it's
my God,
coming.
We're going to discuss this because I need to know, I need to research what they do on purpose and what they do because they think it looks good. Because some of that I understand, but that's for another time. Because now we have a Zayn Styles match for the number one contender.
So this is another one of...
Or not number one contender. This was fatal four-way match. This was another one that's really confusing.
threat.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
This is another Shane's beginning of the segment, beginning of the show declarations that because he didn't lose or something, because he didn't have a chance to be in the match because he was injured by Kevin Owens, he had a chance to take on AJ Styles, the winner, to determine whether or not he got to be in the match. He wasn't
be a three-way.
he wasn't taking AJ Styles' spot, but if he won, it becomes a triple threat at Payback for the title.
Which again, we go back to that face management.
Yeah.
That's great because he's not taking anything away from anybody. So far, Shane McMahon has done nothing but give people opportunity.
Well, he did take away Kevin Owens' rematch. But Kevin Owens was kind of being a whiny.
Yeah, that was
whatever,
was kind of like, hey, if you're going to keep running your mouth, this is what's going to happen. Which that's believable.
Yeah, that's fine. And then
I'm
kicks him
so
out of the
upset about that. Then again, I'm biased because I just want them to hand KO the championship. I'd be okay with that.
We could just do more Kevin Owens, Dean Ambrose, last man standing matches every
Boom.
pay-per-view.
Man,
Every pay-per-view.
Maybe my favorite match of the year so far.
The new streak could be just them fighting each other.
Yep.
Every
However,
pay-per-view.
I'm pretty sure the new streak is just going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn punching each other in the head anytime they see each other.
Yeah.
Just nonstop, back and forth forever.
I don't know if it's going to beat the time Ambrose and Rollins were going at it, where Dean Ambrose would jump out of boxes like
that
during the
was
Christmas show.
incredible.
Like, I was watching that show. I'm like, he's in one of those boxes. He's in one of those boxes. Ah, he's in the box. What's in the box?
See, okay, so now this match was a solid match. These are two good workers. These are two good workers who've been in the indies with each other. They both taken some hits, given some hits. And
And it was a solid match, solid booking on WWE's part because as it started, I didn't know where it was going to go.
Yeah, and there was a lot of missed signatures. There's a lot of missed finishers.
Some swerves in the match.
The Blue Thunder Bomb needs to be a finisher.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's the best move that doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost Apollo Crews' finisher that he plants every time for his finish.
The Blue Thunder Bomb looks even better, though.
Yeah, but the Blue Thunder Bomb looks so much better, and they don't let him use it as a finish. I think like I've said this before, because Sami Zayn's not the biggest guy, so when he does it to people like Samoa Joe, he's literally like, to pin him. So maybe that's why they don't let him do it. Maybe they don't think it looks brutal enough. But we already have what? We have Zack Ryder's his woo kick. Goddamn, why am I
the broski boot?
The broski boot. We have the bro kick. We have the haluva kick.
Yeah.
And
Stupidest way to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Word.
Haluva.
And there's a lot of big boots, and like it's weird now that it's the little guys.
Yeah,
that
it's
are
not
doing
anybody
big.
big.
Boots.
Yeah.
If Big Cass did it, sold.
Oh my God. Well, he does it, and he barely has to lift a leg.
Like Kane used to do it.
Yeah.
Like I used to, it was one of Kane's like signatures or finishes or whatever was a big boot, and Sheamus does it. Like big guys make sense.
But and now this is what we were talking about AJ Styles. AJ Styles finishes that match with a phenomenal forearm.
Yeah.
AJ Styles has 3.
Oh yeah, he has a
4 finisher.
I think he's
signature
won
moves.
with the calf crusher.
Yeah, he's got the calf crusher.
He's got the Styles Clash, which he doesn't do that often. I don't think they really trust him to do it.
But I think it's also they're keeping it really protected as well.
Right. I think the phenomenal forearm is a very legit
he's
finisher.
so
It looks
fun.
really cool.
At first, when I heard them talking about it, I was like, "That's so silly." Because the first time I saw it, I didn't see the full thing. I just saw him flying. Arm.
Yeah.
But he
But
springboards
when
up.
when he
and,
goes
so
flying
cool.
into it, I'm like, "Sold." That's a great move.
It's like a Superman punch, but good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Imagine that. And you don't have to cock it to rock it. Now we're talking about my sex life. Okay, so we're going to start about what we just talked about. we just turned on the microphones and we were sound checking. Chase's heart belongs to the New Day. His heart beats so hard that the microphone picks it up.
And like this pattern is incredible. But also, maybe I should see a doctor.
Those palpitations might be kind of off.
That's a weird rhythm.
I don't think those are supposed to happen every time.
But now back to Raw. Talk is Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh, talk is
This
Jericho.
That's Talk is Jericho.
Taco Jericho.
Taco Jericho. This Taco
Talk is
Jericho.
or is it the highlight reel?
It's Talk is. He refers to it as the highlight reel.
Yeah.
But then whenever he gets out, he's like Talk.
Talk to Jericho's his podcast.
Yeah.
Right, the highlight reel is this shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. Highlight reel. Now we're going to talk about the highlight reel.
Yeah.
And Jericho has the best guest I've ever seen him interview before. He has Chris Jericho as his guest. You know, that was he asked the hard-hitting questions. He got the shoot answers. I mean, it was amazing until some jerk named Dean Ambrose came and ruined it.
And this jerk Dean Ambrose came in to start his own show.
Yeah!
We have the
And
first,
you get your own show. And you get your own show.
Everybody has their own show.
we have the first ever episode of the Ambrose Asylum.
Yeah.
And
Which
I liked it. It was fun.
Apparently, it consisted of Dean Ambrose talking to Shane McMahon saying, "Hey, I want to do a show too." And Shane was like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah, and opportunities.
Right.
And that brass ring Vince McMahon keeps talking about, it looks like Shane McMahon pulled it out of his pants for people to grab. Wow, that was... I didn't know I was going there with that when I started that sentence. Oh, man. Well,
That's what kind of ring I didn't realize the brass ring was.
No wonder you weren't grabbing
A
it.
cock ring.
Didn't have to say it.
So the Ambrose Asylum was fun. He interviews Jericho, and pretty much he's just giving him shit. He's like, hard-hitting questions. What's up with that giant scarf you're wearing? Which, honestly, I wanted to know the answer to.
Yeah.
Where does
Why do you never
Jericho
wear
shop
chests?
for clothes?
Yeah, and they were arguing about Jericho's pissed off that his potted plant got moved. Dean Ambrose had his own potted plant.
Okay, Chris Jericho's chest is arguably his worst looking feature on his body, and it's the one he likes to display more than any other.
Man,
I think it's just, okay, it's not that it looks bad, but the whole, no nipple showing, so it's just and there's no, real definition, because he's got, healthy body
He's got
build.
that cavity.
Yeah, he's got a healthy body build, so it's just flesh.
Yeah.
It's sort of like I'm looking at Natalia's, It's like, I'm expecting
I mean,
you to
I'm more
deal.
aroused by one than the other,
This
for
is a
sure.
weird comparison.
Well, Jericho is a pretty cute guy.
I know.
Chris
exactly what I
Jericho
was referring to.
wears the weirdest clothes that I've ever seen.
But you
he
like The Miz.
But he won't wear a shirt. Like, of all the things he'll wear, never is it a shirt.
He will wear the light-up rhinestone jacket with no shirt.
The Miz was a metrosexual Jedi for a few months, and it was less weird than anything Jericho's worn.
But this little interaction, we were iffy about the feud that felt forced last week.
See, I like the actual spot, the promo, but I don't know what I think about this feud because it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, Jericho usually comes around to put over, talent that isn't already over. But Ambrose is over the fucking moon. Like, he doesn't really need Jericho to put him over. He just needs to be, against somebody he can fight. Against.
However, Ambrose has come up short on a lot of his feuds lately. Like he's been on the losing
for no
end.
reason.
Right, for no reason. But it seems like this could be one. Like this could get him his momentum back. Jericho doesn't need to win a feud.
If Jericho fucking wins against Dean Ambrose, I'll be so pissed off.
It's okay. And WrestleMania from 2 years from now, they can have their 10th rematch.
Yeah.
With AJ Styles thrown in.
Yeah. AJ Styles, special guest referee booking.
I was going to say, I miss special guest referees.
Yeah.
Let's do
But
that again.
I just don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like, they're going to put on good matches.
Yeah.
But
The matches are going to be fun. And
I feel like it's a downgrade for Dean Ambrose. Like, previous to WrestleMania, he was amping up to fight Brock Lesnar, which that happened, whether the WWE wants you to remember it or not.
Yeah.
And now he's just fighting Jericho.
See, I really feel like, for one reason, this has the potential to be an amazing feud. Because if there is one superstar on the roster who will be incredibly hurt and off-put and offended by being called "you stupid man," it's Dean Ambrose.
yes. Well, going from
Jericho's best insult.
Going from things that we're confused about why we are seeing to things that we really can't wait to see. Golden Truth.
Oh my God, such a slow burn.
Golden Truth.
I wanted Dr. Phil to just come up and just unload all this.
So let's play this back. I'm sure
there's
there's some parts we missed,
he
but
didn't.
Goldust decided that he wanted to tag team with R-Truth.
Right.
R-Truth was having nothing to do with it.
R-Truth thought that Goldust wanted the butt.
Yeah. He thought he wanted the butt.
He thought he wanted a homosexual relationship instead of being a tag team partnership.
And then at some point, roles reversed.
The tables turned, yeah.
And it either happened at a SmackDown that I didn't see, or even funnier, they just flipped it.
Yeah, I think they just did accidentally.
And R-Truth is going for this tag team that Goldust is wanting nothing to do with because he thinks R-Truth is trying to take advantage of him.
And see, it would have upset me more that they just out of nowhere flipped it, but they decided to do that with R-Truth in a penguin suit.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah, I gotta say, when these segments come on Raw, we in the room go, shh, 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 shh.
Yeah.
This is happening. And
we're
we
all
watch
engaged.
in silent anticipation.
It is great.
We're jazzed.
It's what sells us. And when that actually happens, if it has to happen, it's going to be the greatest thing ever.
I mean, I could just watch him do promos every week for eternity.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I think they've both deserved a chance to hang out backstage and not have to put their bodies on the line.
Right, yeah.
It's true.
And talking about old things new, we now have new things new. We have Apollo Crews coming back out against Adam Rose.
However, the last thing on Golden Truth, like you said, you wanted Dr. Phil to come out and just unload on these two and go nuts. Well, they had a segment where they were arguing, as usual, where R-Truth wanted to be Goldust's partner and Goldust wanted nothing to do with it. And who walks up but Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil.
Who takes one look at him, lingers for a second, shakes his head, and the camera cuts.
See, I wanted him to make one of those over-the-top analogies that he's famous for, and for Goldust to understand it.
Yes.
And to be, yes.
I want the Team Hell No couples counselor to come back.
Dr. Shelby, where are you? I need you.
It would have been amazing because if Dr. Phil would have made one of his nonsense leaps, it would make sense for both R-Truth and Goldust to understand it because
it could have solved their problem.
It could have.
Also, I'm going to interrupt to say I was watching WWE's Table for Three on the WWE Network, $9.99 a month.
Only $9.99.
And R-Truth was on there. Not only was he talking about how you can use bird poop as facial scrub, but he also is a legit rapper. He has legit music that
Ron
he
Killings,
made. Yeah, like that just totally caught me off guard because my first experience was when we were at Battleground. I was like, I don't know who this guy is, but what's up? What's up? I was all about it.
You can't hear him, but he comes out and he actually raps.
Jiggy dabba dabba, what's up?
Damn it, what's up? Which that was kind of interesting because those were two dark matches, and it was R-Truth Barrett and R-Truth Barrett because we went to Battlegrounds and then we went to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
You didn't. We went to Monday Night Raw the next day.
Somebody had a job.
All right, so
I feel like there's a jobber joke there, but
R-Truth is the toilet king of Battlegrounds.
He
Everything
was
he ever wanted, so it was fine.
jobbing to old people at the time. Woo!
NXT's Golden Child, Apollo Crews. I can't even say NXT's Golden Child because Apollo Crews got pushed through the pipeline so fast.
Yeah.
NXT never really had a chance to even get a feel for him.
Yeah,
Like, never really.
the crowd never
took
really
to him.
popped for him. Oh, he's charismatic.
He's fun.
He's
I
great.
love him.
I
He's
enjoy him,
great.
but
I feel like he's the new Neville that's going to do a lot of impressive shit, but then never go anywhere.
Why doesn't he get hurt? See, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big guy. Hopefully, his bones are gluier. I don't know. Like, he doesn't
science
die.
doctors, please leave a comment down below.
Gluey bones.
How does that work?
Apollo Crews has gluey bones. That's my stance.
But yeah, he wrestled against Adam Rose, and it wasn't a squash. They're doing a good job of like Baron Corbin's coming out and squashing.
Yeah.
Apollo Crews is coming out and he's putting on. They're letting him showcase.
Yeah.
He's showcasing his flips, his sit down, sit up, get down and turn
Spin up,
around,
spin
and
up,
do the
spit
hand
down.
jive power bomb.
We have heard Michael Cole call this everything under the sun. He needs to get his shit together. Spin out powerbomb, sit down powerbomb, spin out, sit down powerbomb.
And
Blue Thunder bomb.
the social outcasts are impressing me as jobbers because like they are losing their matches, but except for the instance where they fight the Big Show, like they're hanging
fun.
around.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fun.
Yeah.
And they're getting some stuff in, or they're having some like little character developments, and then they're getting their asses kicked. But like they're hanging around, and it's not a 2-minute squash. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the thing
Yeah.
is, these Apollo Crews matches are so. I'm not gonna say inconsequential because that's not the right word. They're so over. They're just like
They don't lead to
cool
anything.
spots are happening, but then it's just like you're sitting there and you're just like, huh, the match is over.
Of course, he just showed up, so like
Yeah.
give him some time to put him in the story. As long as they don't do what they did with Tyler Breeze, where they stuck him in one weird feud and then just got rid of it. Like, just
Who
kinda
would you
ignored
see
it.
Apollo Crews feuding with though? Like who in the roster would be a good feud? Like based off of his character is charismatic. He's a caring guy. He's a guy.
Tyler Breeze.
Right. Would be a solid one. However, Tyler Breeze can't carry a feud with anybody
Yeah.
because he doesn't beat anybody. Like, he kicked Dolph in the teeth a couple times. Like, honestly, if you did it right and didn't have one just, like, completely bury the other, Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin going at each other again would be a lot of fun.
Which the next thing we have after this match is that spooky vignette about Baron Corbin where they just want to remind us that they're really pushing it. They want to remind us that he is a beast. He's a monster.
Yeah, get
he
in his
is
way,
a
get wrecked.
destroyer of men, dreams, hope, and, women's virginity. Like, that is what he does.
Which would be perfect
Charge
for
the
Apollo
vulva.
Crews because Apollo Crews was in NXT for, like, 4 months.
Yeah.
He's super smiley. He's happy. He's full of hope. He talks about his mama, like how much he loves his mom and everything. Like, it would be great for this to be a guy that Baron targets because it could be, he is what hope is right now. It's like, oh, he can be so much and he's so good. And Baron could just like try and punch him in the teeth a lot.
And like you said you were disappointed with, who got pushed through the pipeline of NXT super quick and doesn't deserve where he is.
Right, and that was
Right?
Baron Corbin's whole deal. Is like he hated that in NXT. He hated that indie guys came in and you get in. You don't have to bust your butt for 4 years like Baron Corbin did. It would make a lot of sense for those two to feud. I get they're brand new and you don't want to like necessarily knock them together, but I want to see it. And
I think
it
they
could
could build
be.
on each other
It's
so
tricky.
well.
It's tricky, but I could see Corbin burying Apollo Crews in a brutal way for Apollo Crews to come back a couple matches and like get his way back. Maybe get like not quite a dirty win. Like maybe Crews gets a dirty loss and then he just outright gets kind of squashed and then he comes back and he overcomes the beast.
I think that in that feud, Baron Corbin could have a big dude to, kick ass with. So
Yeah.
he's not just like, end of daysing Ziggler, which Ziggler's a good opponent, but
Right.
to put an end of days on Apollo Crews, like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then Apollo Crews could, progress a story. Like,
Yeah,
give
and
some,
I'd love
give
to
some,
see-
give some promos.
I would love to see the end of days stay strong.
It
Yeah.
makes literally zero sense, but I just want to see if he can end of days Big Show.
If you can do what?
End of days Big Show.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be great.
If he can pull that
Well,
off,
who's
that would
moving?
be insane. I don't know if Big Show's legs
Who's
can go up
moving?
that
Who's
high.
moving in that move? It's
Well, he picks him up because they jump up, so he holds
yeah,
them,
he
then he swings them
swings
back.
them out, yeah.
So you have to swing
That's
a lot
momentum,
of Big
yeah.
Show.
Yeah, that's
That's
I don't know if he can handle the height.
I don't know if he can,
either.
because like he does hold them for a minute. I don't know if you can hold Big Show with one arm.
he's done really powerful into days where I was like, I wasn't impressed until I saw him be like, huh?
Yeah,
Because the problem with doing that with Big Show is you have to like change the momentum because the momentum is going down,
Well,
and you have to
It
completely.
could be like when you
reverse it.
bowl and the ball just goes behind
it's
you.
like a pendulum because they come running at and he scoops them like he's doing a mid-stomach clothesline and he goes forward as they go up. So they kind of swing their feet up. So he kind of carries on momentum, catches them, and then flips them back the other way over their feet onto their face.
I don't know if he can do that to Big Show.
I don't know
Like
that
even if he
anybody
is strong,
can.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, that would like to see that.
that's what I wanna
I
see.
am interested to see
Yeah.
how they carry his.
But yeah, Baron Corbin, I like what they're doing with him, and I have a lot of hope.
Yeah, and
I
it's,
love the tummy.
It's interesting. We go from that vignette to a Wyatt promo that was very reminiscent to the like anyone but you. Is that what it was?
Kinda.
It was. I thought that it was very powerful because he gives us. Bray Wyatt does what he does best. He gives these spooky speeches, and he's like, we're destined to be enemies till the end of time. But you can trust me with a creepy smile. Like Bray Wyatt's just straight up challenging Roman Reigns. He's like, yeah, we're going to fight. Yeah, I want to pretty much destroy your life.
Kind of feels like Austin Triple H kind of thing, like back when, or Austin Rock, whenever they would like make them pair up together just by hating each other and maybe it means they're like looking at considering Wyatt for a push. I don't know.
Well, the match
so.
was amazing because the match was solid work.
Yeah.
The best way to say it. It was solid work
was
from
good
all
wrestling.
wrestlers involved. I think it did a good job. I think they're doing the thing with Roman where they don't want to throw him to the wolves, so they're giving him babysitters. And then this time I think that's what I'm worried about is they're just going to dump Wyatt to the side once they think Roman's
please
over.
no.
Right.
Because Wyatt carried the charisma of that match
Oh, yeah,
for
absolutely.
Roman. But the sequence of events, Rusev comes out, Rusev attacks, because Rusev's ringside.
Right.
The Wyatt family comes out and defends Roman Reigns.
Which was really cool. I don't know if it's kind of alluding to a Wyatt family kind of face push a little bit where they're targeting
think
like the
so.
League of Nations and like kind of a positive Wyatt, which I'm for. Like I love Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, because this is an issue of like what were they pushing? Like what story were they pushing during this? Was it Wyatt Family League of Nations or was it Bray Wyatt Roman Reigns? Was it a Roman Reigns League of Nations? Like are they just using Roman Reigns as a linchpin to further this other feud, which I'm fine with.
Right.
And the series of events that led up to the end where Bray Wyatt gets the sister Abigail and he's holding
gets Del
Rio and he just points.
He hits it, right?
Yeah. He hasn't dropped it yet.
Oh, so
He's done the kiss.
Okay, so yeah.
Oh no!
I thought he did it while he was
hit
in
it
the
because he
pin.
was holding the pin.
He hits it and he's in the pin, and you see Bray Wyatt's arm.
Do his like little hair flip.
He flips his hair up. He does a gun, pulls the trigger on his finger gun as Roman Reigns comes sprinting in and spears the hell out of
It was the
was
one
super
and
cool.
only time I've been impressed with a Roman Reigns spear.
It was so cool.
The timing was
so
impeccable.
well. Oh, yeah.
Those two had charisma
They were on
together.
point.
The Bray just like, and it gave you the sense, if you're a Bray Wyatt fan, that it was all a chess game that Bray was in control of. That he knew Roman would be there to take out Sheamus. That he was calling the shots, and I loved
Now
It was
imagine
excellent storytelling.
Imagine the Wyatt family if it had people like Luke Harper and workers, because Roman Reigns is a good worker, ring workers like Roman Reigns, as opposed to your reverse Sheamus, your Eric Rowan, your babyface.
And again, everybody loved
Braun
when
Strowman.
Roman was the quiet muscle, kind of working for
Just
Ambrose.
do you
Everybody
think-
loved him in the Shield.
Do you think that's part of what's holding the Wyatt, like Bray Wyatt himself back? Because he himself is an amazing figurehead. There's no way to look at him unless you're just like, what's that googly gook you're spitting out of your mouth? Everything about him is charisma. His ring work is creepy as fuck. but he's got
I love the
this
spider
family.
walk.
Yeah.
Like to say,
I love him having the Wyatt family. I think it helps.
Oh, I
him,
do too. But I'm saying, what is it? The people in the Wyatt family, because most of them don't add to the equation. Luke Harper does.
Oh yeah,
Luke Harper adds to the equation.
Luke is great. I loved the idea of Braun Strowman when he came in, and I thought, I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be great. I love the whole he never fell over. I enjoyed that a lot, but I don't know if he's ever going to develop into what I thought he would be. Right now, he's just awkward and kind of clunky.
Yeah, I think at most, he might come back as a Kane, where he comes back with a different gimmick, wearing a mask or something like that. Yeah. Where
he has a mask.
They use his size as opposed to expect him to do anything else.
Right. I was pleasantly surprised by this Raw after hating the post-WrestleMania Raw, which I never do. Always love it. I was super disappointed where things were going, but since apparently Shane McMahon won the Hell in a Cell match, it's actually great. The tag team tournament's awesome. Not sure about the Ambrose Jericho thing. Still hate Roman Reigns a lot, but I'm glad that fresh new talent are getting their time in the sun and that they're going to be able to develop and have some pretty good feuds. So I'm excited to see where stuff goes.
So remember last week when I said everything was terrible and I hated the post-Raw WrestleMania and I hated everything they've been building up to and neglected for the last 3 months and I was done with wrestling? I'm back! This Raw was great. I loved it. Loved everything about it and I'm happy to eat crow. I want to be wrong about Enzo and Cass. I'm super excited to see what the Bullet Club does. There's going to be some swerve with the AJ thing. I'm excited for it. The New Day, they're still amazing. The tag team division's getting revamped. Everything looks exciting. Shane saved Raw. Let's go. I'm ready for next week.
Raw's Raw. I'm really enjoying everything that's happening. I'm enjoying where I'm seeing the lines going. Even if this Shane McMahon thing is just complete bullshit to get us to watch wrestling again, I'm for it. We're seeing a lot of matches we've wanted to see. Everything's a lot of fun. I'm excited for this thing. Owens, I'm excited for where they're going to take Roman Reigns, even though he's boring. Bray Wyatt, still my bae. I love what's happening. I hope it continues going the way it's going. How you doing? I've been eating a lot of celery lately, and that's all fiber that just comes right back out, and that